各位来到新庄城堡的朋友们，欢迎大家今天一样，在情人节的这个周末，再次来到我们新庄城堡。我想提醒一下，在我们篮筐 B 区的位置，就是篮筐后方座位区的朋友们，你们的那个置杯架里面有我们的充气加油棒，如果你就坐的话，麻烦把你杯架旁边放的这个充气加油棒，把它吹气充起来。待会儿呢，在比赛进行当中的时候，如果我们对手站上罚球线的时候，我们可以用力的敲打它，可以用力的干扰。
Man, they get so mad. Do it again. So mad. Man, they get so mad when we come back and we do it again. We gonna win. 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 We will win. We gonna 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 win. We will win. We gonna win. We will win. We gonna win. Man, they get so mad when we come back and we do it again. When I'm in the zone, the trophy's mine. When I'm in the zone, the trophy's mine. When I'm in the zone, the trophy's mine. When I'm in the zone, the trophy's mine.
When I'm in the zone, I look at the trophy, I'm taking it home. You already know I'm focused on cold. I look at the post, I aim at the goals. You better be looking up at the score. It was 3-0, now it is 4. Oh no, but where did it go wrong? I told you people in the chorus of the song.
And I told you I'm coming for the trophy, yes I'm gon' get it. Cause you're all finished and I'm all business. It's a long minute since a Godzilla kicked the tall building with you all in it. Don't bother me pleading for mercy, just quit it dog. You ain't never gon' get it. You're losing direction, I'm keeping possession of the ball, I'm hogging.
When I'm in the zone, the trophy's mine. When I'm in the zone, the trophy's mine. When I'm in the zone, the trophy's mine. When I'm in the zone, the trophy's mine.
Let me tell you about a story called The Goat. I put in too much work, I never can be broke. nobody like me, no, you cannot do it like me. Ain't nobody like me, ain't nobody like me. Ain't nobody like me, no, you cannot do it like me. Ain't nobody like me, and I do not mean that lightly. I'm on top. I'm on top. I'm on top. I'm on top of my game. Got the money, power, fame. I'm on top. I can't stop. I'm on top. I'm on top of my game. Ain't nobody in my lane. Okay, 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 okay. Here I come. You should run. I've been putting in the work. Let's have some fun. Okay, 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 okay. Go berserk. Gotta hit 'em where it hurt. I've been grinding since the dirt. I got the #1 spot 'cause I'm hot. The view better when you're looking from the top. It's a party anytime I'm in the spot. Time is money, call me upper echelon. I got the power, so you know I call the shots. My crew ready when we pull up, look like SWAT. I'm the greatest and they know I can't be stopped. I'm on the road, turn me up another notch. I'm on top. I'm on top. I'm on top. I'm on top of my game. Got the money, power, fame. I'm on top. I can't stop. I'm on top. I'm on top of my game. Ain't nobody in my lane. Ain't nobody like me. No, you cannot do it like me. Ain't nobody like me. Ain't nobody like me. Ain't nobody like me. No, you cannot do it like me. Ain't nobody like me, and I do not mean that lightly.
Pennies, pounds, grands, stacks, feet, great, stand, back, stick, raise, face, cracked, fancy that, fancy that. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Pennies, pounds, grands, stacks, feet, great, stand, back, stick, raise, face, cracked, fancy that, deep breath, intact, unmatched, one catch, now we gotta outlast, base backs, shots, they just got to ask, surely he can't top that. Watch this.
We raise the heights to try to climb and leave behind. Cross the lines, divide the times and redefine. Hit the wings, history, this is how we begin. This is how we begin. This is how we begin.
Watch this.
We reach the heights you try to climb and leave behind.
Watch this.
Cross the lines, divide the times and redefine.
Watch this.
Victory in the wings, history, this is how we begin.
Watch this.
This is how we begin. This is how we begin.
Watch this.
We reach the heights you try to climb and leave behind. Cross the lines, divide the times and redefine. Victory in the wings, history, this is how we begin. This is how we begin. This is how we begin.
Watch this. Pounds, grands, stacks, feet, great, stand, back, stick, raise, face, cracked, fancy that, fancy that. Watch this. Pounds, grands, stacks, feet, great, stand, back, stick, raise, face, cracked, fancy that, fancy that. Watch this.
We reach the heights you try to climb and leave behind. Cross the lines, divide the times and redefine. Victory in the wings, history, this is how we begin.
Watch this.
This is how we begin. This is how we begin.
Watch this.
Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Ooh, nah, nah. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Ooh, nah, nah. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Ooh, nah, 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 nah.
Come and check me out. Come and see what this about. Yeah, this ain't like no other. Ain't no copying allowed. Oh, just wait and see. There's no other part like me. They can't do it how I do it. I might knock you off your feet. Baby, just come get a look. Yeah, I be having them hooked. Everyone all on my line. Attention still a crook. Yeah, I be all on your mind, like a toupee off the top. Turn on the spotlight, sit back and just watch.
Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground. Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground. Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground.
All right, DJ song, drop the queens.
Okay.
Okay. DT bro. line that up, line that up, ho, line that up. Oh, you think you tough? All you bros can line that up, line that up, line that up, line that up, line that up. Oh, you bros think you tough? Line that up, ha, line that up. Throw your set up. How you doing all that rushing? Hold your head up, line it up. Throw your set up. How you doing all that rushing? Hold your head up. I'm about to line these bros up, line it up, like a fresh haircut. I fight all you bros. You know I never gave a what? 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 Okay. I don't want that. I just want that bag. Want that bag. Double seat me up and take K up on the bag. 10K up on the bag. But take K up on the bag. I be popping, yep, so you know I gotta brag. So you know I gotta brag. I don't want that bag. I just want that bag. I just want that bag. Ride that face all the way to the bank. Bang. So good, got them going in the safe. Got me riding shotgun up in the rain. Legs in the ceiling, eat me like we out of space. I ain't fucking with no that's regular. Can't pay my phone bill, don't call my cellular. Don't give me money, I ain't begging her. But you know I can't fuck with her.
现场的球迷朋友们，最大的掌声加尖叫，献给我们的新北国王啦啦队 New Taipei Queens。
Alright， 禁卫军，你们准备好了吗？接下来为各位介绍客队新竹预定工程师球员登入名单。球衣背号8号朱云豪，球衣背号9号严浩，球衣背号11号肖顺义，球衣背号12号李佳瑞，球衣背号17号蔡成刚，球衣背号22号齐杰。 球衣背号25号梁汉，球衣背号42号吴冠轩，球衣背号75号李奇伟。接下来为您介绍先发球员：球衣背号2号德鲁，球衣背号4号高国豪，球衣背号7号曾国玉，球衣背号10号刘承勋，球衣背号18号塔赛斯。 总教练威森，助理教练泰勒、陈哲宇、魏野芬，体能教练陈同明，总经理张树人，领队陈美玲。
接下来呢，我们请现场的球迷朋友们一起看向我们上方的大荧幕，一起欣赏新北国王年度形象影片。
Welcome to New Taipei, where resilience is rooted in our DNA. We stumble, but we rise strong. We fight, and we never stop. This is a city in constant motion, where courts, crowds, and champions are born. Where hustle meets heart, and passion fuels every play. We don't just run the floor, we run the game. We outpace, outwork, and outshine. Every block, every shot, every roar from the stands, it all belongs to the Kings. Here, glory doesn't fade, dreams don't sleep, legends don't wait. We are the Kings, and the reign don't stop.
城堡的各位，告诉我你们 Are you ready？ 接下来进场的是新北国王。首先为各位介绍 Number 2 Z 数苏培凯 ，Number 8坚力锋线朱炳祥。 背号11号，皇家坦克王柏芝 ，Number 12，攻守一体，新北飞鹰林月婷 Number 17，再来一盘我打苏醒苏子轩。背号19号皇家大锁榜哥林金榜。Number 20，禁卫军弓箭手 Rider 熊熊泰。Number 25，禁卫军高炮塔99 Austin 对。背号26号皇家未来之星乔纳森。It's time。接下来为各位介绍新北国王先发5人 ，Starting 5 Number 10微笑射手 JJ 全佑哲 ，Number 15禁卫军自走炮 Baby Ojubi。Number 13，皇家狙击手男模吕正如。Number 42，新北的战斗屠龙回来了 ，Jackson Washburn。Finally， Number 1，左右开弓。Joseph Lee 林书伟，总教练洪志善，助理教练 Thomas Wiseman 林振宇、李维恩，上帝的孩子魏维，球队经理洪志虎，球队助理李文轩，球队辅导员 Claire Danner， 首席体能教练赵德，防护员邱博凯、吴崇豪，总经理毛家安，执行长陈信生，董事长王文祥。好的，现场的球迷朋友们，再一次呢，把我们的目光放向我们的场中央哦。今天比较特别一点，我们邀请到我们的申宝小金刚来陪大家呢，一起为我们新北国王的加油应援来一起练习一下。那欢迎我们的小金刚。好的，当然呢，我们这一次还是要邀请到我们的新北国王啦啦队，我们最漂亮的啦啦队 New Taipei Queens 来到我们的场中央，欢迎我们的女王们。我今天的空间比较狭小一点哦。好的，女王们，我们先请就位。OK， 好的，感谢各位。好，那接下来呢，我们要先跟大家一起来练习我们的应援。首先呢，小金刚，你知道吗？练习的是什么吗？就是我们的防守。没错，防守是我们非常重要的一环。希望呢，等一下呢，我念一次，大家可以跟着念，以及拿起你们的拍拍扇，跟着节奏一起敲打。好的，那我们准备防守，一起来 ，Let's go！
防守，
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 防守。没错，这就是我们的 defense 防守。接下来呢，轮到进攻的时候，你们会听到胖胖胖胖胖新北国王。没错，新北国王的部分要交给你们喊。那等一下呢，也记得跟着节奏一起敲打。地面上，让我们进攻，一起来吧！新北国王，换你们！新北国王，再一次，国王 ，Yes sir， 这就是我们的新北国王。 那接下来呢，邀请各位把你们的双手一起呢高举在我们的空中，左右摇摆，因为接下来呢要播放的就是我们新北国王的主题曲《Corner City》。Everybody put your hands up! Come on, here we go!
Good afternoon, folks, wherever you are, however you're streaming, you're watching TPBL on AXN Sports. The Hsinchu Toplus Lioneers make a trip up north to play the new Taipei Kings this Sunday afternoon. Today, it's February 15th here in New Taipei City. We are about to roll off into Game 80. So, final game here at Hsinchu Gymnasium before the Lunar New Year break, as well as the FIBA window coming up the end of this month and early March. Taylor Chen coming to you live and solo on this Saturday afternoon. It's a pleasure to bring you more TPBL games powered by KC Global Media Asia. As we pan to the overall views of the gymnasium, take a look at our current standings right now. The Taiwan Leopards could not surpass their winning streak with yesterday's match against the Formosa Dreamers. As I've been mentioning, it's been a toss-up between the 2nd and 5th place. If the new Taipei Kings sweep this weekend, they will tie with the Formosa Dreamers at 2nd place. Let's see if DEA can win their match against the Leopards. If they lose, though, like I said, Kings and Dreamers will be tied at 2nd place as we take a look at our game notes very shortly. There's no coincidence that the new Taipei Kings are on their 4-game winning streak. As we look at their 3-point percentage has exceeded their season average just in their last 4 games. So it went up from 33%, jumping up to 43%. Now, the second point, a sweep for this weekend, as I said, will leapfrog them to tie at 2nd with the Formosa Dreamers. They won the Taiwan Leopards 102-90. That was a tough matchup yesterday at the Leopards' new home stadium. And number 3, finally, they gotta have paint protection, and Jason Washburn is up to the task. That's right, he has been reinstated back into the active roster. Now, before the start of the game, the league sat down with Oscar Gao on the screen, Gao Guohao. They've had a bye week, so the league asked what to do during the time off and how to get proper rest without detracting from focusing on what's ahead, especially being over halfway through this season, and what will be the key factors in winning this game against the new Taipei Kings. Now, the Lioneers have a winning record.
就先不要管落后还是分数的起伏，那我们就是先好好把系统跟我们该打出来的那个节奏保持在48分钟。那当然，我觉得最重要的还是防守，然后不断的去沟通。那加上我觉得是命中率，那在不管是 wide open 还是任何的空档出手的时候，可以把握度更高。我相信今天是没有太大问题。其实最重要的是，我们也在训练当中，然后不断的，虽然有隔一段时间，但我们都在训练当中把强度该训练的一些像针对国王就会提早做准备，包括自己的个人的能力。那我想我觉得没有太大问题。然后我觉得最重要的还是我们的不管是进攻还是防守体系，就是可以保持在一个高水准。我想最重要的是真的是把握度可以更提升更高，因为其实面对在云豹那一场就是把握度就是命中率比较低一点，所以就比较可惜这样。
Talking about how it's important for the team to continue to follow Wessam Al-Sus's game plan and over-communicate. It's all about communicating when it comes to defense. Now, I would say that the Lioneers this season really flipped in terms of defense. They are really the strongest on defense this season.
不太习惯职业的强度什么的，但后来发现其实你练的球就会跟比赛的情况一模一样。 所以后来就把它当成就是我只要不管球练得怎么样啊，我到了比赛就把练球的方式跟教练给的工作就把它带到球场上，所以我才慢慢的有成长很多。我边守的时候，学长他们也会边教我要怎么去守，就是别的球员比较强的或者他们有什么比较习惯的动作，学长都会给我一些建议，然后在我练球的时候就可以先练习。我觉得我们其实只要把防守做好，我们不管打哪一队，我们都是可以赢的。我们其实防守是厉害的，只是看我们自己想不想要赢，比对方还要想要赢下来这场比赛。所以如果今天我们把防守做好的话，进攻就跟平常一样，其实我们就会很好取胜。
So the league also sat down with draft pick Jonathan Smith. Now you notice he's got perfect Chinese. He's grown up in Taiwan all of his life, moved from South Africa with his family, having moved back since. As we take a look at our referees, I'll translate what both their answers very shortly, but both teams emphasizing on defense today. So expect it to be a low scoring but still very thrilling matchup between these two. As I quickly tried to mention, the Lioneers have a winning record over the New Taipei Kings. 2 wins, 1 loss. A huge difference compared to last season. The New Taipei Kings were undefeated against the men in black today, as you see on the screen, 6-0. But tables have turned really due to the inconsistent season that the New Taipei Kings has, as John Patrick was signed earlier this season, only coached 7 games before he got thank you'd, as we have Venti Hong Zhisan replacing the very disciplinary defense forward styled coach to come back in. But we still see some of his strategy rubbing off on the New Taipei Kings. Now, John Patrick introduced the all-switch defense, and they're still running it today, but on both ends, it's about how you could stay and connect through defense and staying on your rotations. And as Oscar Gao mentioned, over-communicating onto the court. Now, during the bye weeks, it's really important to constantly try to elevate himself through training and apply the training onto the court. Now talking about how his field goal percentage dropped a little bit from the Leopards game. That was the game that they lost there. I believe it was a 4-game winning streak that the Lioneers had. Now for Jonathan Smith, on his part, he mentioned that he wants to apply everything that he's learning off the court onto the game. Again, this is his first year playing. He surpassed his career high just yesterday, playing 22 minutes. He went 3 for 4 beyond the arc in yesterday's matchup against the Taipei Taishin Mars. As we have our starting 5 for the Toplus Lioneers, it is Xiaohei, number 7, Xiao Gao or Gao Guohao Oscar, number 4, rookie Liu Hsinchu, number 10, Drew Pember, number 2, as well as Azis Kasechnieks. That's a mouthful for the Latvian. And starting 5 for the New Taipei Kings is Joseph Lin, JJ number 10, number 13, Liu, Femi Olujobi, as well as Washburn on the starting 5. Washburn re-enlisted back into the active roster earlier this month in replacement of number 5, Jaden Garner. So it might be goodbye for the 26-year-old, as Olujobi starting us off with the fadeaway. Washburn was placed on the IL after a sprained ankle against the Taiwan Leopards. That was back in January 9th. So he's been out, but he did play. His most recent game was February 4th for EASL. They played the Alvark Tokyo out in Japan. But this is his first game back for TPBL. And off the screen from Olujobi, Joseph Lin getting another shot from the mid-range. And Lioneers have yet to make an answer in this game. Pember with a shot, coincidentally an alley-oop, and Kasechniek gets the hook finish. So brand new imports for the Hsinchu Lioneers this year, except for Simbu, are returning into the roster after being away from professional basketball for 2 years now. His last game was December 2023 with the Tainan TSG Ghost Hawks. So he is on the active roster today, or not today, but he is on the Lioneers' roster, but we have yet to see him play a game. And Pember left wide open, misses the lay-in. Pasechniks without an answer either. Olujobi out to JJ. Skip pass out to Liu for the bucket. Loose ball, recovery, and Jason Washburn at the line. Welcome back to TPBL. Two-time Import Player of the Year for the Pilots and the New Taipei Kings last season. As a hand off to Xiaohei, and left with a mismatch inside, and get out of my house, Washburn says. Here comes Joseph Lin. Off from Hsinchu. Hsinchu earning his 12th game start today. He's still lacking experience. You saw Joseph Lin blowing right by. And there's a turnover for the young buck. Here comes Joseph Lin. Behind the back pass, and here's a jam for Jason Washburn. And Wessam Al-Sus calls for the timeout. With a 10-2 score right now. Lapse in defense coming from the Hsinchu Toplus Lioneers. We'll be right back for more TPBL, brought to you by AXN Asia.
投篮的动作哦，
来了，空气投篮。
两位会空气投篮吗？
对着镜头，空气投篮，
投篮一下，投篮啊，拍手，没关系，我们空气投篮，我们会传球就好了。
一个投篮，给我一个投篮的动作，投出去就好。来 ，shooting， 给我一个空气投篮。
Yes sir，
Yes sir， there you go， 空气投篮。Air shooting，Let's go。
那希望呢，大家都可以进到电影院呢，支持我们的《山羊巅峰扣》这部电影哦。没错，投出你的空气投篮。当然呢，这部电影由我们的毛总、正如哥以及
空气投篮
进行配音。
Air shooting。
AXN Sports giving you your dose of pro basketball today. On this Sunday afternoon, Al-Sus from the Lioneers called for a timeout after Kings running a clinic on them. And there's the alley-oop for Pasechniks. It's a good look for Xiaohei, or his English nickname goes by Joker. He started all 20 games in the Lioneers this season. Probably projected to be the most improved player, and Joseph Lin with the jumper. Drew Pember up top, swinging it over to Hsinchu. Kick out left wide open, uncontested, but not an outside shooter, so he's gonna hand it off to Oscar. Tapping it in is Pasechniks. Over to Washburn. There's a serious mismatch in size there between Oscar and Washburn. Gets his first personal call. There's the pick and roll set up by Xiaohei and Pasechniks, as we have briefly catch a glimpse of Wessam Al-Sus on the Lioneers side. Came in at mid-season to replace the head coach a couple seasons back, and entry denied by Pasechniks, but there's another turnover. Ball gets batted around between Lioneers and Kings, with the Lioneers scoring! After that little tussle at the logo. Lin now trapped, finds Jason Washburn for the long range 2. So after the timeout, the Lioneers managed to chip away to 8 points now. King's scoreboard should be updated to 12 points. There's the long range 2, and Oscar Gao picks up the leftovers from the corner. Clock is ticking, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Guarded by Liu. Trying to create an opportunity here, and Drew Pember with the Hail Mary. Couldn't get the 3-piece there. Joseph Lin through the lane. Pass off to Drew Pember. There's a back and forth, and Pember through Kings. Gets the roll in. Just a 1 possession difference right here, and the referee on the sideline calls foul. Bucket doesn't count. Pember with his first foul. Our first substitute coming in is Ryder Xiong for number 13, Liu. And starting from the sideline, JJ still in the core. Ryder played 28 minutes yesterday, scored 12 points, 1 rebound against the importless Taipei Taishing Mars. Olujobi off of Washburn's screen and nails the 2. A lot of mid-range shots today from both sides. Oscar Gao now bringing it back to the Lioneers. Ooh. Yeah, Ryder Xiong walking right into Oscar. And Holyfield comes in for Pasechniks. So TJ Holyfield, first season here in Taiwan, but not unfamiliar with Taiwan pro ball scene. His older brother, Michael Holyfield, has played 2 seasons with the Lioneers organization. So there's some familiarity on the court. He's been here since the beginning of the season, alongside Pember as well as Pasechniks. 14-10, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Xiaohei fumbles the ball into Washburn's hands. And Yenting logging into the game. Here comes Ryder, contested. That ball goes high up, tapped out of bounds. Lioneers ball, Pember with a volleyball smack, trying to find a Lioneers player. Joe Lin popping out. Ooh, that nearly rolls out over the line. Joseph Lin now driving through with the roll in. Washburn, no travel call as Joseph Lin comes through like a thief in the night. There's a good look by Jason Washburn. Hsinchu to Holyfield. There's a fadeaway off the glass and into the ring. Gets his first bucket today. Holyfield's averaging 29 minutes, 11 points per game, 8 rebounds. Oscar Gao and Joseph Lin dropping through with a mid-range 2-piece. There's the curl in for Holyfield, trying to get back-to-back buckets. Well, Kings are wasting no time as Olujobi gets the 3. Got the stroke with the new Taipei Kings with B-League teams as well as P. He's averaging 33% from beyond the arc. But with the Kings, though, he's shooting 44% overall. So that's what's really helping the Kings' 3-point percentage in these last 4 games. Curlin with a kick out, 6 seconds remaining. Up to Olujobi to make something happen. He draws a foul and, ooh, that rattles out. That's Oscar's second personal foul now. So 2 free throws are given. Olujobi signed with the New Taipei Kings January 17th. His first game was against the Hsinchu Lioneers. So again, a familiar matchup. He was a former Kaohsiung Steelers player for 2 seasons before moving on to playing 1 season out in B-League for the Nagoya Fighting Dolphins. Or Fighting Eagles, correction. Too many animals out there. Score 23 of 14, New Taipei Kings with the lead, trying to sweep their homestand before the new year. And Xiaohei with the bucket, and Jonathan Matthews-Smith chasing him down and had the look, not the touch. Austin Day logging in, and there you have it, coming through. And out the gates, he gets his 3 immediately. Ball dribbled out of bounds. Still Lioneers possession. Tian Hao coming in for Xiaohei. So they'll be inbounding from the baseline with 15 seconds on the clock. Get pass to Oscar, there's a trap. You got to reset out in the perimeter, and here's Xiaolie, number 8, Juringhao, trying to create an opportunity with a pocket pass. Turnover there, Olujobi coming through. Ooh, this time the referee caught Olujobi's foot stepping out of bounds. A little bit of a scramble between Kings and Lioneers. Venti getting the young Jonathan Smith on the court early. Trying to rotate their bench players to preserve their energy, and there's the quick catch and shoot. No bucket. Handoff to Ling Yanting. So oftentimes you're going to see that New Taipei Kings, they will start Joseph Lin, and once he's off, you have the young Ling Yanting as well as Ryder Sheng on the court. Washburn checking back in for Olujobi. So we have the 3 youngest players on the court from the locals, and the 2 most experienced imports. Day through his legs, passes it off to Holyfield. Tian Hao from the top off of Holyfield's screen with a kick out, and they call travel on TJ. Sechnik's coming back into the game, as well as 42 checking in for the first time, Lu Guanxun or Lu. Pember gets a break for the first time in the first quarter. Slight delay in game or confusion. Oh, there were 6 players on the court, so referee and Al Seuss had to talk it out. You heard the Kings players or Kings fans protesting. Pushing foul called on Tian Hao. So Seuss got quite a lot to say right now. So referees give the Lioneers bench a warning, specifically Seuss. Ginting's first free throw. No good. He's 64% at the line. The stadium is quiet right now in anticipation of the shot made, just barely. And have currently a 13-point lead. JJ, number 10, logs back in for Jonathan Smith. So these two teams are quite familiar with each other. Both are relatively new in the Taiwan pro ball scene. Here is Xiaolie for the jumper. And through the low post, Xiaolie gets his first bucket today. Was suspended for a month from the Lioneers organization. They announced that due to his lack of discipline or showing up for practices, as JJ, the hook shot was too strong, and here comes Tianhao over to Liu. Returning the favor, kept out on the perimeter. Little entry denied, there's a kick out, reset to Tianhao, gets the three, nothing but net. Got a very animated Lioneers bench on our side here. There's a mismatch here between Liu and Washburn, but effective there. You see Pasechnik coming in with the help. The whistle comes. JJ gets called the holding foul. Trying to go around Pasechnik's screen, and checking it back in is Joseph Lin as well as Femi Olujobi. With 1 minute, 16 seconds remaining in regulation. It's gone by pretty quickly, I'll have to say, with the scores 27-19. Day checking back in. Or no, excuse me, Olujobi for Washburn. 9 seconds remain on the shot clock, and Xiaolie over to Pasechnik's side pass, but he sees the opportunity to get the hook shot. Ryder Shung from the parking lot with Olujobi. Hand in the cookie jar, here comes Tianhao coming through. It's 2-2, and he gets the and one. Free throws for number 9. That's a foul call on Joseph. That's his first one. So they'll oblige to Venti's request of subbing in Liu for Ryder Shung. Pasechnik is out also. Looks like he's getting checked up by the medical staff. Tianhao gets a free throw. He looks so happy. It's not on camera, but he's smiling. Got a big old smile on his face, and I can see why. They're only one possession behind from the Lioneers, or from the New Taipei Kings. And from deep 4-3, return back to sender with interest. Lioneers possession. Burning down the clock. Rejects Holyfield's pick. Pember trying to get past Austin Day with a kick out to Xiaolie from the corner. Down the hatch it goes. And score now 27-all with clock running down. What a finish for the Hsinchu Lioneers. As Austin Day arguing with the referees as he steps back over to the bench. And just like that, that's our score right here. Stay tuned for more TPBL brought to you by AXN Sports.
All right, DJ Song, drop the queens.
I wake up in silk and sunlight, blessings all around on my life. Checks in my name, they multiply. I breathe abundance, I'm divine. Everything I touch turns gold. Everything I want unfolds. I get paid for being me. I'm the proof my faith is a luxury. I'm rich, I'm blessed, I'm free. Abundance lives in me. Everything I touch turns luxury. Money's obsessed with me. 444 on the clock, that's alignment. Every step I take is diamond. Money loves me, I'm magnetic. Luxury is my new aesthetic. 444 on the clock, that's alignment. Every step I take is diamond. Money loves me, I'm magnetic. Luxury is my new aesthetic.
好的，现场心中承包的各位，最大的掌声加尖叫献给我们的新北国王啦队 New Taipei Queens。大家继续呢在场边为我们新北国王加油应援。
Eat it up, eat it, eat it up. Serve looks like spaghetti. Bad dish in between your teeth. All my girls hot and ready. Eat it up, eat it, eat it up. Eat it up, eat it,
You're watching TPBL powered by AXN Sports on AXN Asia and AXN Taiwan. Well, what a start to Game 80 between the Hsinchu Toplus Lioneers and the new Taipei Kings. Kings had a bit of a run, but after the called timeout, they just kept chipping away, and Tian Hao ended the quarter with a buzzer beater finish. He's coming off the bench, and already he's logged in 6 points in this game. The majority of the Lioneers' points coming from points in the paint. So that's a huge focus onwards for the rest of the game, is how can the Kings protect the post? Especially with Jason Washburn back into the game, you have the size to contest against Pesechniak. Now to start with the second quarter, it's Tian Hao, Drew Pember, TJ Holyfield, Xiao Lie, as well as Liu. Yenting with 5 seconds remain. He's got to shake something up. Shaking off Drew Pember and just off mark. And Drew Pember calling a foul, gets the foul call on number 12, Lin Yanting. So today's game, you're often going to see a lot of mismatching. Again, switch defense is being run on both sides, but the important thing is to see how connected both teams are, how connected they are in their rotations on defense, and if they can stay on the string and follow through and see who's not covering from both teams. So who's got better coverage today? Xiao Lie, underhand pass, gets the ball back and gets the three from deep. And this time, early on, Venti's going to call the timeout. 1 minute and 15 seconds into the second quarter. No time to waste to kill any momentum. With now the Lioneers ahead 30-27. We'll be right back.
男女朋友有没有想要参与的？举个手让我看到，是夫妻吗？还是男女朋友？
好，那现在是不是要有个证明？
要有个证明，那你现场亲给我看。
有办法吗？
有办法吗
可以？
做得到吗？因为我们待会玩游戏也是要亲。好，那你帮我上去找工作人员。
对，等一下可以参加我们的
参加我们活动，中场的时候参加。还有没有人？
还有2组，还有2组。
有没有这边吗？这边吗？
有，那边紫色衣服举手。对，就是。
帮我证明一下，要亲一下，要亲一下。好，那帮我到上面找工作人员，2楼。
2楼找工作人员。
这边有没有？这边有没有？有没有？那里吗？好，亲一下，亲一下。好，那待会帮我找工作人员。
所以3组都找到了嘛，对不对
？3组都找到了。
好，那3组的朋友呢，麻烦呢都到我们的上方，
找工作人员，
找着我们举着手的工作人员。
有人跟你挥手。感谢各位。
We're back here live at Hsinchu Gymnasium for Game 80. Taylor Chen bringing you the Kings broadcast live solo. New Taipei Kings hoping to preserve their winning streak and end on a high. Lioneers, though, they're also trying to end the lunar year on a high. Yentang coming out after timeout, trying to get the Kings' first bucket in the second quarter. Venti Hong from the New Taipei Kings calling for a timeout with 10 minutes 45 seconds after the first shot was made by Xianhao or Xiaolie. Yentang right down through the lane. Washburn trying to tap it through. It will look like a bunny shot, and here comes Drew Pepper with a double-handed jam. Kings are quick to return back to offense. It's 2-1, and Washburn draws a foul off of Xiaolie. A quick start back up into the game. You see the two imports working together to get the Lioneers bench and crowd going. Looks like there's some people not in uniform behind the Lioneers bench, but they're pretty loud. They've got a strong fan base since the start of their franchise. There's a pass way out to Jolin. Here's a catch and shoot for Liu. Buckets, forcing one in. Hook pass over, bring it back over to Drew Pember. Had the look, not the touch. Oh, Lujobi, though, he's in his bag like DoorDash. (33-32) is the current score. And this time, the New Taipei Kings keeping their eyes on their own man. But Xiaolie, though, too fast for Joseph Lin. Gets his second three today. So that's where you notice, just in that moment, if you're too slow and if you don't catch up to your guy, there's that single second lapse in defense, and Xiaolie made that shot. So well done on their part. They're getting the looks and they got the touch too, as Lou Buckets with the Euro step and the smackdown. So I will have to double check if that dunk counted, but so they called a foul on Liu from New Taipei Kings. It's Liu against Liu here. So the shot doesn't count. Score remains 35-33. Washburn taken out. It's now Dayan Olujobi. Lu Guanshen getting ready for the free throw. Looks like the three referees are deliberating. Two free throws are given. Granted for number 42. Was a key shooter for the Lioneers, key player for offense, but unfortunately during the mid-season last year. He fractured his ankle playing the Formosa Dreamers, so he was out for the remainder of the season. Right now, he's averaging 6 points per game, 1.4 rebounds. Skip pass to JJ Pember. Outsizing him, he has to go to Joseph Lin, then to Olujobi. Basket doesn't count, but Tianhao gets the foul call, second one for him. So he saw the opening. Gets the down low pass over to Olujobi. So the three referees are deliberating again, seeing if... So they're on their own volition. They're going to take a look at the IRS.
新北国王请求挑战。
好，跟在场球迷报告，新北国王，挑战教练挑战暴力行为。
So there is a foul call, but Venti Hong Zhisan, is calling for a challenge to see if they can upgrade the foul to a flagrant foul. So again, we get to hear the referees deliberating right now.
好，这个时候犯吗？对，前面就犯嘛。对，前面就犯嘛，接球之前就犯了嘛。好 ，OK。
So they're reviewing the foul, the holding foul between number 9, Tianhao, and Olujobi. But it just really looks like a standard foul and that point.
8分05秒，对不对？好，8分05秒边线球，14秒。OK。好，8分05秒边线球嘛。对，好，进攻时间14秒。
And they are also deliberating whether free throws will be granted for the new Taipei Kings, but they decided that the whistle had blown.
暴力行为发生，边线球，进攻时间14秒，8分05秒。
Now, because the referees, they deliberated, they blew the whistle before Olujobi made the shooting motion. So the Kings, it is still the Kings' possession, but they will be inbounding in 14 seconds. So no free throws given for Olujobi. So the Kings running a 5-out motion. 4 seconds remain. He's gonna make a move, trying to make a move. Joe Lin draws a foul. There you have free throws. So they're gonna count the foul on Xiaolia, number 8. And the first one is good. Now, I pulled up some stats before Jeremy Lin joined the new Taipei Kings organization. Joseph Lin averaged 30 minutes, 11 points, and under 4 rebounds with 5 assists. So he's getting more minutes in. He's actually not too much a difference from his first year with the new Taipei Kings without his older brother. So this time around, the Lioneers, they get the foul call and free throws. So they call Day's first personal foul. Tianhao setting up. Season high was only 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And how the tables have turned, he's got 7 points in this game. And he leads in scoring right behind Turinghao. 11 points for number 8, Tianhao with 7 coming off the bench. Choosing to keep the 2 bench players on the court over Oscar Gao. is a skip pass. No help. Olujobi going ISO. That shot was too strong, and they call Lioneers ball. So they call offensive foul on Olujobi. Possession goes back to the Lioneers. And looks like Lou is playing cat and mouse, but the ball is still kept out in the perimeter. TJ Holyfield finding his import mate, and GJ Pember with the fadeaway off target. And Olujobi digging deep, trying another foul. This time it is on Drew Pember. So free throws for Olujobi. Fem Olujobi signed with the Lioneers organization. Again, very experienced in the Taiwan pro ball scene. He actually played one game with the Taipei Fubon Braves later last year around December, before playing one game with the Shimane organization. And James Mao decided to pick him up after Jason Washburn's injury. So today we're actually seeing the new Taipei Kings employ this import rotation for the first time. As the other hand, the Hsinchu Lioneers, they've only had 4 different sets of import rotations, and this one is it's got the most wins, 8 wins and 7 losses. There's the hook pass out, but intercepted, out of bounds, still Lioneers possession. So still Lioneers possession. You can kind of hear the bench players and the Lioneers crowd vocalizing their support. 10 seconds on the shot clock. There's a high screen set up by Holyfield, but he passes off to Lou, shaking off Joseph Lin, off target. Off Jason Washburn's screen, he trips up, trying to save the ball. He's still on the floor. So we'll take a look. Ooh, just a bad landing for him. So didn't hit his head luckily, but needed a couple of seconds to recover and regather. So AD going to the bench. Olujobi checking back in. Lou is getting ready for free throws, but the referee grants subs on both sides. Lu Guanshen's got a brother. He's also playing in TPBL, plays for the Formosa Dreamers. Played a couple of years out in the SBL Yulong team, then the Taichung Suns for one season, and since then has been with the Lioneers organization. So 6 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock, and Oscar Gao shows up for his first time in the second. As a pump fake off to Washburn. That goes in and out. No look pass to Holyfield. Blue tacks to guard Xiaohei. There's the all switch, there's the misconnection there, but Holyfield takes full advantage of the lapse in defense, 42-37. It's a little bit of a miscommunication there between Washburn and his teammate there from the top. Rejected. Kick out to Xiaolie. Lead scorer for the locals, and the Lioneers goes high up and down low. It's another 3 for Zhu Ringhao. He is hot, and there's the alley-oop jam for Jason Washburn. Dime dish served hot by Joseph Lin. Back over to the Hsinchu Lioneers. Zhu Ringhao is 4 for 5 from beyond the arc. Oscar with a fadeaway. There's a sideline referee calling for the ticky-tacky foul from Zhu Ringhao there. As you see the Kings running the pick and roll, successful in this possession. And taking advantage of the mismatch in size. You see Washburn coming through with Oscar. Not much of a solution. Oscar stands at 5'9", while Jason Washburn, he's 7 feet tall. So Joseph, 77 at the free throw line. And the Lioneers still holding on to the lead. They tied in the first quarter, but they've had the lead for the majority of the second. TJ Holyfield contests his shot off mark. And that's a tough shot, and could not get the three-piece. Here comes Drew Pember charging through, knocking down Fem Olujobi. No foul called. They called it out of bounds, though. Oscar Gao stepping over the line.
Come on, hey, come on, come on. This is the second time.
The Lioneers bench very vocal. Inbounding is Yenting and Joseph Lin, and the Lioneers running a full court press. Handoff to Lin. Washburn bodying up with the finish. That's where he likes it and how he likes it. As we have another timeout on our hands with the Lioneers ahead with just one possession. As we take a look at the scenes of Xinzhuang Gymnasium, again, final game, final homestand for the Kings before the Lunar New Year break. This is also the stadium where Chinese Taipei will host the Korean national team come February 28th. As we take a look at some of the moving highlights, in particular, bench player Zhu Ringhao today, 4 for 5. We really see his signature catch and shoot abilities come through in today's game. And like I said, it's really both teams really having to see how well connected they are in the rotations on defense. As we see the new Taipei Queens here, keeping the energy up. Again, points in the paint. The Hsinchu Lioneers have it over the new Taipei Kings. 22-14 points in the paint. Now, despite Zhu Yinghao's shooting abilities, they were pretty neck and neck. If we're looking at the bigger picture, the Lioneers making 6 of their 14. On the other hand, the new Taipei Kings behind. They've only made 4 so far in this game, 33% from beyond the arc. So just hitting their average overall. Starting off from the timeout, Lioneers possession. Pember for the jumper, too strong, trying to pick up a rebound off of his shot. Here comes Jolin with a high pass. Trying to catch the Lioneers off guard, but playing too fast though. They're not gonna convert those points if you don't have clear communication between you and your teammates. There's a handoff to Oscar Gao, but handed the cookie jar. Joseph Lin coming through with a kick out. There's the trailers coming through over to Washburn. There's the jumper. Did not find any options. He couldn't make the bucket. Here's Holyfield. Handing off to Xiaolie. Pember. No good with the bucket, and they call foul on the rookie, Liu Chenxun. Nope, correction, out of bounds. Looked like Chenxun thought he was given the foul call. That ball was just tapped out of bounds. So Kings have the possession, and number 17 checking in for the first time, Tai Gang Daniel comes in for Pember. So while defense is an important factor, what the Lioneers really also need to focus on is keeping their attention span for all 48 minutes. There's the and one. Oh, basket doesn't count. That's happened twice in a row for Olu Jobi now. A foul was given. They call it was between Oscar and Olu Jobi. Now free throws are given, but what could have been at 3 points, well, the best scenario is Olu Jobi making all of his free throws. Now luckily Olu Jobi's free throw percentage sits at 75, but I would say that is something worth discussing and reviewing for the referees. They really, again, this has happened twice in the second quarter alone. Olu Jobi is at the line where he gets the foul call, but with the basket not counting. See if Olu Jobi can tie the score. So yesterday's match, they managed to reserve their starting five's energy by really rotating in and out of the lineup, their bench players with an importless Taipei Taixing Mars, but They've got to really focus in on this game. You see the score, 45-44 with 4 seconds remaining on the Lioneers' possession and stolen like a baby, and that gets rejected. TJ Holyfield with a nasty block. Coming back over, Oscar Gao down the hatchet. Gets the 3. Lioneers still lead 48-44. Lin with the kick out, getting the bait and switch, but they could not get the bucket. So Daniel bringing the ball through, and he's gonna set up in the corner. Xiaohei finds the open, uncontested Daniel, and he is in his bag. What a good look by Xiaohei, and they clearly have written up that play to make the shot. Xiaolia, he is 5th in assists overall in the league. And we're talking about being the most improved player. Well, we're talking about how he only scored 3 points per game, 1 assist. Now it's jumped up to him being in the starting rotation, scoring 10 points per game, 6 assists in this game. You see, they ran that bait and switch there, catching Daniel wide open there to Austin Day. Noticing a little too late there. With 58 seconds remain, Lioneers now have their biggest lead that we've seen so far in this game. Now a 7-point lead over the New Taipei Kings. Again, with their defensive abilities far improved, they have a winning record over the New Taipei Kings, and that was a strategy that John Patrick really tried to instill in within the Kings organization with not much success. So again, with only coaching 7 games, Venti Huang takes over as the interim head coach. Now I say interim, but we have yet to hear any rumors going around in the Taiwan pro ball scenes about a replacement. Now, I think a huge reason is because he has truly the trust of the players as well as the pre-existing coaching staff. He is the bridge to that gap, as he is a former New Taipei Kings player. He's been a long-term experienced player. Starting up with Kings possession, Joe Lin at the top. Resetting, finding a wide open Ryder Xiang. That'll look good until it didn't. Xiaohei, really the playmaker for the Lioneers now. Bodying deep for the fadeaway, good. Too small. And while their defense is strong, putting a lot of pressure on the Kings, are also making their shots. We'll take a look at their percentages later on. 8 seconds in regulation. Joseph Lin loses the ball, fumbling it. That is a backcourt violation. This is an instance where we're really seeing Joseph Lin kind of getting into his head a little bit. He's got a couple of buckets today, 12 points, so it's not to say he's not playing 100%. But you do see Lioneers' strong defense having effect on the Kings overall. 3 seconds left to go. Oscar Gao for the jumper. No basket, but the Lioneers take the lead 53-44. What a turnaround after a tied score in the first quarter. But let's see if they can follow through all 48 minutes. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for more at TPBL, brought to you by AXN Sports.
好，那我们球迷服务处呢，可以去更换我们卡皮巴拉的小灯。麻烦我们这边必须的朋友把你们的双手给我看见好吗？好，来，小朋友来，记 记得哦，要到球迷服务处去换礼物哦，有卡牌，不会有卡皮巴等等。来，还有哪一位？我们来看一下。好，说好的那穿着说好球衣的小朋友。好，佑成，那我们的中场游戏就交给你喽。
好的，那请参赛者麻烦到我们的球场进来这里，好不好？好，我们的中场游戏跟昨天一样，第一关呢就是要经过我们的脚椎，一个人蒙眼，然后另外一个人告诉他不能踩到脚椎，顺利的通过。第二关要从罚球线，男生要公主抱女生到对面的罚球线，然后执行第三关。第三关只有女生可以，女生要在禁区外投进一颗2分球，然后呢再一起回到中圈的地方。在我们的总经理还有申宝、小金刚的见证之下，接吻就算成功了，好不好？那就麻烦我们的总经理以及我们的小金刚。那我们参赛者准备好了吗？我们是4组同时一起出发，4组同时一起出发，然后比时间最快的那一组获得胜利，比时间最快的那一组获得胜利。现在麻烦请男生帮我把眼罩戴上。不是戴在嘴巴上哦，它虽然是口罩，但帮我戴在眼睛上面，谢谢你们。好，这时候你们的女朋友或你们的老婆就要指引你们方向。平常有没有训练默契就看这个时候了。当我数到倒数3、2、1的时候，就直接开始，好吗？大家准备好了没？准备好了，3、2、1，开始！不可以踩到脚椎哦。不能踩到脚椎，不能扶他，不能扶他，你要回头，你要重来，这一组你要重来，不能回头，不能扶他，不能扶他。
这边已经公主抱了，用非常快的速度。
你只能投2分球，不能再进去，不能再进去，要在外面，要在外面，不能再进去，要在外面，要在这个，对，
没错，罚球线的位置。
好，他投进了。
要去亲吻，要去亲吻，要去给我们的徐总见证，这里
一起见证，让他们见证你们接吻的时刻。
接吻，
哎呀，
恭喜
冠军出炉！
好，没关系，我们这边也可以完成游戏哦。
剩下的可以玩完，我们剩下的可以把游戏玩完。
好，没关系，我们的其他朋友，我们请到中间
游戏，
请到中间没关系，
可以试着投一球看看。好的，好了，我们不要执着了，我们好，
那我们刚刚的优胜者是这一组，那麻烦你们移动到我们的
移动到中间。
小金。
那其他人我们要围在旁边一起拍照，这边有2组，这边围在旁边一起拍照，然后获得我们的小冰箱以及大家都有礼物，好不好？那我们看中间的摄影师跟着小金刚还有总经理一起。
好，我们一起往前一步到我们的王冠的冠顶，没错。好 ，OK， 然后我们一起看向前方的摄影师，准备哦，3、2、1，好，我们再一张，3、2、1。好的，恭喜你们！
谢谢你们。
哇，那我们的优胜者呢，可以获得呢我们这一次的粉色小冰箱1台，恭喜你们！好，那这边呢也谢谢我们的许金岛总经理，谢谢，也谢谢我们的小金刚。那希望呢大家一样跟我们的三宝小金刚继续为我们新美国王加油应援 ，Let's go Kings, we got the crown the city。下半场比赛不见不散。
Well, what a turn of events for the game, for game 80 right now. We had a tied score to end the first quarter, but the Lioneers outscored the new Taipei Kings. Now the score 53-44. The new Taipei Kings really unable to keep up on defense. And it just so happens that today the Lioneers are making their shots because both have similar field goal attempts. We'll take a look at the numbers very shortly, but in the meantime, the Lioneers are also surpassing their three-point shooting percentages in this game alone. So again, the Kings are giving them the good looks, providing good looks, and they're making their baskets. If we see, some of the highlights include bench player doing how you see right there, number 8, and the two import players. They've been flourishing since they've been signed with the Lioneers organization. So more to come with stats and a preview for the second half very shortly. So we take a look at the halftime score here. As I said, now both teams have made about the same amount of field goal attempts, but you see here on the stats, Lioneers are 51% overall from the field, only 40 from the New Taipei Kings. And you see in the second quarter, really, that's where all the outside shooting came out. For the Lioneers, they are 8 for 17, 4 for 14. As you can see through the rest of the stats, well, you can see the assists really. You see a lot of ball movement for the Lioneers, not that many opportunities for the New Taipei Kings here, and that's how we get the Lioneers with the lead. As we have the score rankings, the Lioneers ahead thanks to number 8, Hao Xiaolie with 14, Olu Jobi with 15 from the top. So an import player is taking the charge for the Kings, a local bench for the Lioneers. So with that said, as I mentioned, we'll be back with more TPBL brought to you by AXN Sports.
Just watch me now. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground. Just watch me now. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground.
We are live here at Hsinchu Gymnasium We're live at Hsinchu Gymnasium for Game 80, the Hsinchu Lioneers against the New Taipei Kings before the start of the Lunar New Year break. As I mentioned before, what a turn of events in the second quarter. Now, it was big thanks to the Lioneers bench. They scored 34 points as opposed to only 4 points made from the New Taipei Kings. So again, we're kind of seeing a little bit of reminiscent of last season when the Kings weren't doing well. That's really because we didn't see the depth of their bench players. So today was really getting an opportunity to see the Lioneers ignite from off the bench. As we mentioned before, Hao really coming through with 14 points in this game. He is 4 for 5 from 3 today. As again, we are looking back on the moving highlights while we prepare for the second half. The Lioneers, they had an 18-point run at one point in this game. The largest lead that they have over the Kings right now is 9 points. So this is with Jason Washburn returning back on the active roster after being absent for, I would say, just a month now. Getting a sprained ankle on January 9th again. Let's see if the Kings can clean up on their defense. They started off with the all-switch defense, but there was a the effect on the mismatch in size really took a toll. So they went back to pressure defense, man-to-man, but even then, the Kings' defense, like I said, they just weren't fast enough for the Lioneers today. There's a pass off to Xiaohei, and there's a turnover for the new Taipei Kings. With the Lioneers leading 53-44, 10 seconds remain on the shot clock. Xiaohei finds TJ Holyfield for the fadeaway at the line, no good. So as I said, the Lioneers also surpassed their shooting percentage from 31% right now. They are 47 from out in the perimeter, and Washburn, they set up the trap for Washburn. 3 seconds to go. Olujobi gets the shot clock violation. Ball still live though. Oscar Gao bringing it over. He's starting the third quarter. So we have the starting five from the Lioneers back on. There's a hook pass outwards to Drew Pember. So, unfortunately, what we've been seeing a lot with the Lioneers in today's match is you have a lot of talent, particularly coming from Oscar Gao. You have the rookie Hsinchu, but just these small details, they still need to refine themselves and fine-tune. And unfortunately, Oscar Gao, this is his 5th season. And you still get these little turnovers like that. Well, that's kind of inexcusable. Xiaohei over JJ. Too high of an arc. It goes back to Kings. Skip pass to Olujobi. Leads in scoring for the new Taipei Kings. Bodies up against Pember. Drawing a foul off of Pember. He is now with 3 personal fouls, and Olujobi will be at the line. So with the new Taipei Kings, we talk about the import rotations. They've had 12 different sets of arrangements. So as I mentioned, this is their first time we're seeing Olujobi, Day, and Washburn. Before, they really heavily relied on Sani Sakakini, but he tore his ACL. That was the first time he's ever had such a big injury playing the Zach Broncos in their EASL campaign this season. There's a kick out to Oscar Gao from the baseline, drawing foul off of JJ. He's still on the floor. Oscar's arm might have grazed his face. Oh, there's blood. We'll take a look at what happened here between JJ and Oscar. Yeah, you see his arm coming downward and hitting him what looks to be on his nose, or it could be his brow bone. Again, that area is quite a gusher. I don't think it is his nose. Not the smart idea to keep his head down. So the referees are going to take a look at the IRS on their own to see if that foul needs to be elevated. So they call a charging foul on Oscar. My mistake. So the referees. Yeah, okay. So very clearly you see the motion of Oscar's right arm coming downward to JJ. So you're seeing the different angle here. Yeah, that's an unusual motion to be making when you're coming up for the shot.
没有啊，你现在他是阻挡犯规嘛，2次防守嘛，然后再一个 U 嘛，对不对？再一个 U 嘛，对不对？好，所以现在是，好，所以现在是高国豪先罚球。
Now,
然后10号捡右手。
they call the foul on Oscar Gao, but they will also, or they call the foul on JJ, but Oscar Gao will also receive an offensive foul. According to what I heard between the two referees, so crew chief
好，经过裁判检视
with the final word.
4号高国豪违反运动精神犯规。
So they do upgrade it to an unsportsmanlike foul. So it is a nosebleed, a gnarly one too, coming out from both of his nostrils. So Oscar is still contesting, but look, it doesn't help that JJ is bleeding. So this. So I would say the unsportsmanlike foul is justified.
Explain it. Okay, explain it. Then he extends the arm. He extends the arm. No, so where do you want him to go? My man, where he goes?
So again, crew chief still talking and explaining to Wassam Al-Sus about the foul committed by Oscar, saying that his arm came down. Al-Sus on the other hand, he's contesting, saying that, well, it's a natural trajectory for the arm to go that way. But again, like I said, the nosebleed is not helping his case. So Lin Yanting will be making JJ's free throws in his place. And referees will allow subs to come in before Yanting's free throws. And again, Wassam Al-Sus is still arguing with the referees. At this point, it's really up to the referees to stop him. And again, a warning has already been called onto the coach/bench, so he has given a notice. So they cash in their free throws, both sides. And the possession goes to the Kings after the unsportsmanlike foul committed by Oscar. He'll be on the bench, and Washburn with the spins gets the 2-piece. Dwayne Hall with a fancy hook pass over to Drew Pember. Loses it to Lin Yanting, and coming through, but bobbling the ball. Lu recovering. Here comes Jason Washburn over the cluster of the import players. Pump fake, and here comes Lin Yanting with the up and under, out of bounds though. The shot was intercepted by TJ Holyfield. We see Holyfield making the last touch from the baseline. Kings got 8 seconds to make something happen. Outwards to Washburn. Washburn with the long range. And he breaks it there at Xiaohei with the long range pass over to Pember. Now it's Holyfield. And Hsinchu way off mark there. Looks like a bench player is going to be checking in very shortly for the Lioneers. Joseph Lin at the baseline with the kick out. Washburn with the hook shot. Hook, line, sinker. Well, it's more like his signature spin move there. And just like that, Lioneers initially starting off with a 9-point lead. They're only ahead by 2 points now. Xiaohei fumbling the ball out of bounds. King's ball. Now Washburn getting the crowd going here at Hsinchu Gymnasium. He's been in the Taiwan pro ball scene for, this is his 4th year now. He spent 2 seasons with Taipei and Pilots, really known as the energy guy. If you don't see him, you're gonna hear him. Here comes Washburn again, back-to-back buckets for the big guy. With no answer from the Lioneers. They are held off with only making 1 point in this quarter. This is where I talked about Lioneers have a reputation of dropping off in the second half. There's another turnover for the Lioneers. So the Lioneers, looking back on their stats, there's been 3 games so far in this season where they've held on to a lead for the first half, but then dropping off in the second half, particularly coming into the 4th quarter. There were 3 games where they were ahead 10 points, but lose it in the 4th quarter. Liu could not get the bucket in the corner. Tied score, and Joe Lin close to the logo. Finds Liu for the 3. Yes, sir, he gets the 3-piece. Wessam Al-Sus has seen enough. He needs to stop the run that the new Taipei Kings has. Score now is the Kings leading this match 57-54. Stay tuned for more at TPBL, brought to you by AXN Sports.
好的，现在呢，我们要来公布今日参加我们理想情人票选活动中奖的球迷朋友。首先呢，我们来公布森宝陶瓷式电暖器3位得主，恭喜08630、08630、08670、08670以及08571。以上3位，请记得到我们的 Kings Information 2楼的球迷服务处去领奖。还有呢，接下来要公布3位 My Bus 3D 电影笔072以及07241。恭喜！
Kings with a comeback in the 3rd quarter. You're watching Game 80, powered by TPBL and AXN Sports Asia, AXN Asia, and AXN Taiwan. New Taipei Kings having a 13-point run over the Lioneers. Lioneers only having 1 point, and that was from Oscar Gao's free throw. The foul committed by JJ. JJ was removed from the court after a pretty gnarly nosebleed. So there was a couple of turnovers, silly turnovers made by Lioneers. And Tian Hao for doing Hao. It's tough. You got defense packed in the low post, so tricky to make a shot there. Olujobi to Washburn. He likes that spot, but let's see if he goes ISO. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's patient with it, shakes off Holyfield, and he misses. Airmail Express there. The Lioneers, they're slowing down the pace in their possession. Tian Hao now point. Playing board guard, he came through with a floater with no good. Back and forth possessions. Here comes Liu. He pulls up for the 3 off mark. Olujobi and Holyfield trying to get the last touch. And here comes Jason Washburn with the single hand jam. That's the energy that the Kings has been lacking. So reigniting the fans and the bench. But Holyfield quiets down the stadium with finally their official bucket in the third quarter. And that was after a 13-point run, blitzed out by the Kings before the timeout. 3 seconds left. Washburn right past the free throw line, back-to-back buckets. They have no solution for Jason Washburn right now. We see the point of offense changing from the first being Olujobi, and in this quarter alone, well, Jason Washburn has logged in 8 points. There's the catch and shoot off the mark. A second chance opportunity off the glass, and Pember with the leftovers. We got a loud Lioneers crowd, and that shot contested, no good. Pember corralling the board. Over to Holyfield. There's the backdoor pass to Xiaolie. (61-60) current score. Swinging over to Yenting. He drives through. Resetting over to Joseph Lin. Return back to sender. King still has the possession. Olujobi over to Liu. Liu with the three-piece. Nope. Order not received there. They're tied in offensive rebounds in the first half. Olujobi between TJ Holyfield. He gets the steal, and here comes Xiaolie. Uncontested. Oh. Somebody check the air in the gymnasium. That was way off. Woof. Really brought things down as we have another timeout. With 3 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in a regulation, the Kings managing a comeback. As we're seeing the new Taipei Queens here at Hsinchu Gymnasium. Their next head-to-head matchup between these two teams is going to be March 15th. The Lioneers will be back at home. They've been chosen as the Stadium of the Year 5 seasons in a row. I mean, that's a record in itself. For the Lioneers, they come out after the Lunar New Year break, playing against the Taiwan Beer Leopards. As we mentioned before, the Leopards are having quite the season themselves. Unfortunately, their winning streak broken by the Formosa Dreamers yesterday. So stay tuned for one more game before the break. They will play the CTBC DEA. Nick King has been re-signed with the DEA organization, and Victor Gadifers has been removed from the roster, so it will be goodbye for him. We come out of the timeout. Jonathan Smith and Ryder Shung checks back into the game. Whereas on the Lioneers side, Tai Gong Daniel, number 17, is back on the court. He's guarding Ling Yanting there. Olujobi setting up the screen, but Ling Yanting trying to go in for the mid-range shot. Olujobi corralling the board. Here comes Austin Day, getting the two-piece over Pember. So Smith tasked to guard Tian Hao. Tian Hao playing point, swings it over to Pember. That looks like Daniel hitting the floor. Olujobi 2-2. He finds Ryder Shung. Batted out, both sliding out of bounds. You see Drew Pember catching Ryder in his tracks. They call foul on the import player. That's his 4th one. So with foul trouble, he's going to get a break as Ryder gets ready for his free throws. Lioneers with 3 team fouls, only 1 for the new Taipei Kings. Kings picked up 2 draft picks during the offseason. Ryder Shung, coming from Honolulu, Hawaii, went to Punahou College. He is a local player as he is half Taiwanese. Dad is full Taiwanese, while his mom is Korean, Japanese, and a Spaniard. Oh, catches in those 2 free throws. Score now 65-60. 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. The Lioneers were really stunted, quite literally, to begin the 3rd quarter as Tianhao digs deep for another set of points in the paint. So the Kings, though, evening out. Austin Day from the top. Gets a 3. I was going to say, points in the paint, the new Taipei Kings are chipping away, so they're not as separated in terms of points in the paint. Lioneers 30, Kings with 22, and falling on his back, Daniel looks like he draws a foul. They call pushing foul on Austin Day. So as of right now, the Kings are outscoring the Lioneers 24-9 in the 3rd, and Liu does not get an answer, and Olujobi between Xiaolie and Tianhao. Tianhao will get the foul. Let's take a look. He comes down with the ball. (68-62) is the score. Kings hoping to get a clean sweep this weekend. Over to Austin Day, uncontested, and Yenting with the tap-in save. So here you see a little lapse in defense from the Lioneers, and can't let Austin Day wide open. He was lucky that while he didn't make the shot, you had Yenting coming through with his defender trailing right behind. So you can see the Lioneers really off rhythm in terms of defense in the 3rd quarter. And Smith tasked to guard Tianhao, trying to track him down, and nothing to show for the Lioneers. Austin Day coming through with the pass out to Ryder Shung, and gets the and 1. We love to see that from the rookie. Contested shot up in the air too. Let's take a look. Getting the crowd going here. The foul call on Liu. Nasty stuff. And now the Kings lead 9 points over the Lioneers. Ryder Shung will be at the line once again. Liu committing his first personal foul in today's game. Now they're in the penalty, so free throws are automatic for the Kings. For the remainder of this quarter, Ryder with 4 points. 29-9 in this 3rd quarter. And off the screen, Allen will be given free throws, Yenting, with his second personal foul. So the Lioneers have made 0 attempts for 3 in this quarter. They're 4 for 17 overall from the field in this quarter, while the Kings, they're 3 for 8 from out the perimeter. So again, number 42, Liu Guanshen or Liu gets ready for the second free throw, and that one is good. Ryder shaking off Oscar. No look pass to Olujobi. Olujobi shaking off Lioneers with a reverse lay-in. He's showing off his muscles now. 32 seconds left. Pulling ahead in the lead. Oscar Gao guarded by Day. They reject the switch there, and here's Daniel's shot. Hits the iron ring. This time Yenting is playing point at top. Olujobi with 7 seconds left. Got to make a move off Jonathan's screen. With 1 second to go. Not in time. And that's the end of the third quarter. New Taipei Kings with a comeback after a 13-point blitz over the Hsinchu Lioneers. Score to start off the fourth quarter, 76-63. We'll bring you your final dose of this game very shortly.
来了来了，大荧幕的朋友，不要再看钱包了，不要再看钱包了。哦，来，我们一起 dance cam，so cute， 撒娇一下 ，yeah， 哦，就是你美女，跟着音乐跳，撒娇一下。 跟着音乐跳，一起 shake your body， 没错。什么练什么练，哈哈哈。Hello， 这是我们国王的粉丝们，可以一起 dance cam。你会吗？跳一下嘛，害羞啊。哎，你会？已经在跳了，已经在跳。妹妹 ，Hello， 我们的小公主，一起摇摆你的身体。 啊，跑吃啊，跑吃！来，马上 Q 到，在家有练哦，在家有练哦。一起 dance your body。哇，这两个没错，摇头就对了。哎，换你，两个小箭头好可爱哦。So cute。当当当！哇，我们的撒娇界顶流，我们的2杯以及我们的1杯。Getting overdrive.
You're watching the final quarter for Game 80 between the Hsinchu Lioneers and New Taipei Kings. Starting off with the Lioneers possession. 7 of the points made in the last quarter was by free throws. Only Oscar Gao starting it off with their first bucket. They only scored 10 points in the third quarter. And as I said, you can't be making those points just by those free throws alone. And Olujobi drawing a foul off of TJ Holyfield. Committed his first personal foul, and Drew Pember, just like a flash in the pan, comes right back in. So with the swish up, Washburn is also checking into the game. So to start off on the fourth quarter, Joseph Lin, Lin Yanting, Ryder Xiang, Washburn, and Day are on for the Kings. While they're keeping it a one import setup for the Lioneers. Now they've really had a drop off because we have yet to see Pasechniks back on the court since the first quarter. Dave's long range two does not fall through, but Washburn's signature hook, line, sinker in comes in clutch. So Pasechniks must have strained something. As I saw, he was holding on to his left leg as soon as he got off the court. Ryder Xiang gets called the foul there. Ten seconds remain on the shot clock. And you see Austin Day hedging outwards to guard Gao Guohao there, and it was effective. Missed the bucket, and here comes Kings possession. Joseph Lin pulling up for the two. No, Daniel corrals the board. There comes the up and down pass for Oscar with nothing to show for. Washburn and Pember with the throwdown. Coaches are early to call for timeouts in this game. 10 minutes, 18 seconds remain on the clock. After the Kings' run here, we'll be right back.
Let's go！
山羊巅峰，这个是由我们的海燕以及毛总，还有正如哥参加配音的一部电影，在2月13号已经上映了，欢迎大家去电影院进行收看。现在你被拍到了，可以进行空气投篮。
那我们一起来做个空气投篮，
空气投篮 ，air shooting，air shooting， 快点给我一个空气投篮。
大家都
空气投篮，空气投篮，来，妹妹，空气投篮，
哈哈哈 ，Let's go，
空气投篮，空气投篮，空气投篮，对，你对了，没错，空气投篮不是鹤拳，是空气投篮 ，air shooting， 空气投篮，空气投篮，你被拍到了，空气投篮，对，投最多颗的那一种，不断的发射空气投篮。对，做得很好。
We're live here at Hsinchu Gymnasium. Taylor Chen bringing you Game 80 solo and on site. The new Taipei Kings really turn it around, starting from the second half with their third import off the game, really. Pasechniks looked like he had a strain in the hamstring, so he has nowhere to be seen in the second half. So that's really taking a toll on the Lioneers. And here comes Liu, too strong. Couldn't shake in the bucket. Joseph Lin with a downhill pass to Austin Day. That was too deep, though. Oh yeah, you see there, Austin Day was not looking for that pass, and Again, the lack of they weren't aligned in that moment. And that's a turnover for Joseph Lin. There's a curl in for Oscar, out to Pember, and Holyfield trying to get some yamage with no avail, and coast to coast. Here comes Lin Yanting for the lay-in. The new Taipei Kings on a fast break. They've scored from fast breaks. They've scored 9 points. Oscar with the single hand shot. That pass contested. Here's Daniel. Outwards to Liu. 7 seconds remain. There's a no-look pass to Oscar. The pump fake, trying to shake off Joseph Lin with 2.3 seconds, trying to beat the clock. Kings are running the horn offense here and the staggered screen. Finally, there's Washburn with a skip pass, having to reset. Austin Day trying to beat the clock with no 3 there. Pember with free throws granted. They call pushing foul on Washburn. Scored 6 points in this game. Seven rebounds and 3 assists. Really, you just saw a quick glimpse of the lead scorer. He's still sitting on the bench. He's got 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist today, but he's committed 3 personal fouls. They might be saving him later on in this quarter. Drew Pember hitting the second free throw. The Lioneers running full court press. Here comes Jonathan Smith, outnumbered by Lioneers. And here's the secondary to Olujobi, guarded by the young buck, and there's the fadeaway, smooth like butter. And Olujobi now with 19 points in this game. Xiaohei a little quiet in the fourth quarter. There's the catch and shoot for Daniel. Here comes a downhill Washburn with the reverse lay-in. Nasty. Right off of Holyfield there, now getting the score of 84-67. The jumper is good. Olujobi making it easy for Holyfield. Getting him to 11 points on the scoreboard. The Kings currently leading both this quarter and the last quarter. Here is Olujobi's shot in and out. As of right now, the score is 10-6 in the final. Uncontested, and here goes TJ Holyfield from the top. And Hong Zhi-san, head coach of the Kings, called for the timeout. With 6 minutes, 43 seconds remain in regulation. Now, the new Taipei Kings have really gone through the ringer this particular season. Again, we're talking about the change of head coaches. You're missing Kenny Manigault and Jeremy Lin, both very versatile players playing and guarding the positions 1 through 4. And, I think the team realizes having those two out in the front lines for defense is very vital. So John Patrick coming in, was also a huge shakeup. And with injuries coming from Sonny Sakakini, Jason Washburn being absent for a month, I would say that at this point in time in the season, they're really on the come up, if anything, and we might be hitting an equilibrium with the Lioneers. And as I said earlier, unfortunately, their third import on today's roster, Andrzej Pasechniak, he's been out what looked to be a hamstring sprain from him. So who knows, we might be finally seeing Sim Bular activated. So he actually is ready to play. He can be placed on the roster for the last 3 weeks now, but Alsu still choosing to keep him off the bench. So perhaps we'll see him at the Lioneers' next homestand. Score now, 86-72, coming out of the called timeout made by the Kings. And deep from the parking lot, rattles outwards, out of bounds. Coming out of the timeout, there's a pushing foul. Coming in for the Lioneers. That's Oscar's 5th personal foul today. Started on the lineup, but not putting in that many minutes today. And deep from the wing, Ryder couldn't get the 3. Now so far, Oscar's got 6 points in this game, 3 rebounds, and Xiaohei trying to reignite the offense, gets the 2-piece. So the Kings are ahead 10 points, or excuse me, 8 points now. And here comes AD all day. 2 of his 3s made in the 4th quarter alone. Holyfield had the look, but definitely not the touch there. Very rickety. Smith with the curl in, kick out to the perimeter. Joseph Lin with the switch run by the Lioneers. Smith's shot out of bounds, out mark. And over Joseph Lin. Kiwi Li Xiwei checking into the game. Could not get his first bucket. We got another sub who's going to get ready from the Lioneers side. 11 seconds remain in the shot clock. And Austin Day can't stop, won't stop. Back-to-back 3s for Austin Day, getting them to 89 points. The pass off to Holyfield. Bobbled outwards, and here comes Austin Day once again. And here comes Jonathan Smith. And you can't even say like a thief in the night. The Lioneers at that point, they weren't even trying. Holyfield was just standing there like a tree there. The Lioneers called for the timeout. And just like that, the Kings now have a 20-point lead. So, unfortunately, what I had titled the Lioneers as the best defensive team, well, they are really showing the complete opposite starting from the second half. Osam Alsu still calm, talking to his players. As we see the score on the 4th quarter, the Kings with 18 points, Lioneers 11 points. I think that's supposed to be an illustration of Joseph Lin, or at least that's what That's what the DJ is guessing. But swinging back over the Lioneers now, I say that the best defensive team overall, you know, with this game as the exception is, while their points per game remains the same from last season, 93 points per game. Their points allowed went from 98 points down to 91 points this season. So, like I said, unfortunately, they've kind of reverted back to their old ways from last season. As you can see here, they really fell apart and could not adjust with only 2 imports on the court. They really fall behind 20 points now. Jonathan Smith guarding Oscar as the all switch, and the rookie from the top gonna get the long 2. And here's TJ Holyfield launching it and hitting the target. So now it's Olujobi and Austin Day kept on the court. Day denied entry. Olujobi launches a missile. So both imports on the court have made 3s in the 4th. Olujobi with his first, and Austin Day with 2. Holyfield trying to catch up. Playing catch up, he's 2 for 2 in the 4th. So TJ now with 17 points. Unfortunately, Drew Pember with only 2 active imports. He's got nothing to show for, 8 points only, and there's the shot clock going downwards, but ball was live until Jonathan gets the foul call. 2 team fouls on both ends. Kiwi checking into the game. He's inbounding, and Joseph Lin getting the steal off of Hsinchu. Things having to reset. Ling Yanting off the screen. He's going ISO against Holyfield through the baseline, outwards to Lin. 3 seconds remain, over Holyfield, off mark. Oscar with the scoop. Getting past Smith. And Day coming in too late with the help. Well, there's still 100% effort from the Lioneers. Kings trying to hit the Centurion mark. Austin Day, does he do it? No, it hits the sideboard. The side of the backboard there. Kiwi going ISO against Lin. No call there. Referees granted the second time. Joseph Lin frustrated at that call. Could have been clean. So 1.5 minutes remain, and Washburn comes back in. That might be it for Austin Day. He's got 14 points in today's matchup. He was 4 for 8 overall from 4-3. And Liu Hsinchu did not have the touch both times. He just completely lost gas. Now we had Zhu Ringhao coming through in the first half with 16 points. But again, I think really the Lioneers just could not adapt or adjust with 2 imports on the day. And Pember with 8 points. Not even hitting double digits, and there's the shot clock violation. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Oscar Gao playing point. With a kick out to Kiwi, launches it and hits it. Been with the Lioneers organization for 2 seasons now. Sideline referee talking to Joseph Lin right now. I'm not quite sure what is happening right now, but Hong San calls for the timeout from the Kings, and Ryder was getting ready to get subbed in Joseph's replacement.
If we get on the ranking the same, if we go 3-3 at that, it's point differential. Last year, DA did not make a playoff for point differential. So treat this 30 seconds serious. Treat it serious. Treat it serious. D5, same
So
thing.
you can kind of still hear from Wissam Al-Sous that despite being behind, the important thing is to keep the point difference as little as possible. Now, in this season alone, in terms of win-loss point differentials, there has been 0 games from the Lioneers where they've lost by 20+ points. And mind you, the Lioneers is the only team to have that record. So Wissam Al-Sous, his point it being that, you know, they want to still avoid that with 30 seconds left on the clock. Now, in terms of 10+ games, the Lioneers this season, they do have They do have 2 games where they've lost by 10 points. So Al-Sous, again, he's trying to make an effort to make it at least a 10-point difference here. 20 seconds on regulation. Kings' possession from the top. Ryder Xiong rattles the 3. You see the score right now, the Lioneers with a 1-point lead in the 4th quarter. Oscar trying to get the 3 to close the gap a little bit. 8 seconds remain. The ball gets batted around. Olu Jobi staring down the sideline referee, and pretty anticlimactic from both sides, with the new Taipei Kings sweeping this home stand. As you take a look at every single quarter right here, the Lioneers having control of the first half, 53-44. But again, unfortunately, with an injured import player and their inability to adjust and losing gas overall led to the Kings blitzing them in the 3rd and keeping their lead to 185. That is correct. That's the score right now, as we have the Kings on top of their logo. They got something to show for as we take a look at the final stats right here. As we see, the tables had turned for the Kings' favor. They were 44% from the field, and they caught up with the 3 points made in today's game. And again, you have 3 healthy imports for the new Taipei Kings. Unfortunately, Lioneers were short 1 man. And just like that, the Kings leapfrog to tie with the Formosa Dreamers. So that is definitely worth celebrating for the Kings, as we have player of the game being interviewed. Actually, not player of the game. If anything, it is head coach being interviewed right now by our Mandarin broadcasters. So in the meantime, to look forward and ahead, stay tuned for the 5 o'clock tip-off between the CTBCDA against the Taoren Taiwan Beer Leopards. That is game 81 at the Taoren Sports Center, their temporary home. And the new Taipei Kings, coming out of the break, they will go toe-to-toe against the #1 place Taoren Taiwan Beer Leopards on March 4th. That is going to be a weeknight 7 o'clock tip-off. Our energy guy trying to have a say in the interview. So as I said, the new Taipei Kings get 2 wins here. There you have it, guys. The score 185, the new Taipei Kings sweeping. And they're, as I said, they're coming up with a come up and a comeback with their fully recovered, healthy import roster. So more to look forward to. We wish you a happy Lunar New Year. But again, stay tuned for the next game. Taylor Chen checking out for the time being. Take care, folks.